Hello student, I extend you all welcome to all this new session. From today itself, I am going to teach you the remaining part of computational physics. So let us start with the chapter 4, and that is what user defined functions. So let us move towards the first topic, that is what function. So I am going to explain you the function with the definition. What is mean by function? So it can be defined like this. Function is an independent or self-contained block of statements that performs a specific well-defined task and return a value to the calling program. Basically, function, it is an independent or self-contained block which is used in C programming language. I think you are familiar with the predefined functions and you already learned this in chapter 2, I think. Example of predefined functions are printf. This is already defined function which is available in the library file. So printf itself a statement which contains the information of printing, so which is available in the library file, and this is returns the value itself. So now let us move towards the advantages of functions. What is the necessity of function in programming? That is, I am going to explain you one by one. So the first advantage is that useful for modular or structural programming. So itself it shows you the functions are useful for structural programming. Now second one, the large programs to be broken into number of smaller components. This is very useful advantage of function. If functions are not there, then the programs are so large, then it is really problematic for the execution. So the errors will be there for the large programs. You know that there are some logical syntax errors or logical errors, so that might be appear in the large programs. So to avoid this, we have to use the functions. By using the functions, the large program can be divided into the smaller components. The length of the program will be reduced, hence the errors will be reduced by using the functions. How? I am going to explain you by using the examples. Next advantage is that it can be used number of times in a program or other program also. So the functions can be used repeatedly in the same program or other program. Okay, so that is was advantage of the function. This is what the functions can be called itself again and again. You know that function are written across the main program, so it can be called again and again. That is what advantage of functions. So what is the use of function? Due to the functions, development of program becomes easier. As I told you that large program becomes smaller and the development becomes easy because it is error prone method. The last advantage that I am going to explain here, frequently used functions can be put together in a customized library. The functions which required in a program frequently that are stored in library also. That is the last advantage of function. So these are the advantage of functions that I am going to explain. Types of functions. Basically, functions can be defined in two types. First type is predefined functions or library functions. So it must be library, not laboratory. It must be library, that is printing mistake. Okay, library functions. Now you must, I am going to repeat it again. It is library, not laboratory. Okay. So see, basically what is meant by predefined functions? The functions which are pre-written, compiled and placed in the library are known as predefined functions. You know that these functions are written in advance, they are compiled in advance, and they are available in library. You know that library files are included in a program, starting of the program. In that library, the functions are already defined, and that functions are known as predefined functions. And the example of the predefined functions are like this: printf, scanf. There is no need to define these functions because these are already available in a library. They are already written and compiled, so you can use these functions directly in your program. These are known as predefined because they are already defined in a library. Second type of the function is user defined functions. So itself it contains the definition. The functions which can be defined by the user. User means the programmer itself. Okay, so the programmer defined functions are known as user defined function. That is given here only. See, again I am going to explain you the functions which are written by the user, and user has a freedom to choose the name, argument and return data type of the functions are known as user defined functions. So here you have the example for the same. See here the example: int addition in bracket intj. So it is not case sensitive. Basically we have to write int addition intj in a small case, but as this PowerPoint slide takes only the capital letters, that's why I write in a capital form. Basically it is in a small case form: int addition intj. So see, according to the definition, this is what addition, this is a function which can be defined by the user. Okay, why bracket intj means the all values can be go through the j. So this is what user defined function. Next I am going to explain you defining a function, the syntax of the function. You know the syntax? Syntax means in any programming language there is a particular defined method of writing a variable. So that variable, statement, okay, so it is a particular way of writing. So here we have this syntax for defining a function. So you may write this in a small letters. Why I am writing in capital form? As I told you in this PowerPoint slide, only the capital letters are allowed. That's why it is written in a capital form. You may write in a small case form. Data type. So the first syntax of this function is what? Data type. So data type means is it integer or float, like this. So here you have to write the data type. Next you have to write a function name. For example, addition, multiplication, like this. In bracket, this is type 1, argument 1, type 2, argument 2, like this. How many types you have, that you have to add here, up to type n, argument n. Okay, so next I am going to explain you in an example. Are you able to see this? Okay, so see here I am going to explain you this example which shows you the use of function. So see here I am going to explain you one by one. The first statement. What is the statement? Statement means it is a language which gives you the what is written there. Okay, so include, hash include stdoh. This is the standard input output file. Okay, now next statement you observe int addition intj. Okay, this is what a user defined function. Addition is a user defined function. As it is user defined function, the information about it is not available in library file, hence you have to define it here. Okay, so see, you just recall the previous syntax. What is written there? In that previous syntax we have there integer, data type. Okay, next function type, argument. So likely here the data type is integer, function name is addition, and here you have the argument, that is integer j, that means the values will be written from the j itself. Now see, what is this? This is the comment. You know that comment always explain in this backslash form. So this is the comment, that is data function name followed by arguments even enclosed in a parenthesis. That is what I am explained you already. Now see, this is the function. What is that? In that function, integer x5. Okay, so as there are 5 numbers, 1 2 3 4 5, this is 5 number arrays, so it can be defined as x variable, and 5 numbers means 5 numbers arrays there. Integer I, sum is equal to 0 and sum I, these are defined here. Now next we are going to use a for loop, and I think you are familiar with the for loop now. For loop, the value from 0 to 5, which will be increased by 1, means the value will be increased like this, 0 1 2 up to 5. Now see here, sum is equal to sum plus xi. What is the sum? Sum, here you are going to store your final sum, that is sum plus xi, in this sum. Okay, the value will be written here. But how does the addition takes place? Sum plus xi, sum is equal to 0, which is defined here. So 0 plus xi, what is the first pointer? Points towards the 1 value. So 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. 1 is stored here. Okay. Now sum 1 is equal to sum plus j. Now this is in a continuous loop. Sum is equal to up to the 5. Okay, means sum is equal to 0 plus 1. Then 1 is stored here. Again 1 plus 2. The value is stored here. Up to the I is equal to 5. It will be in a continuous loop. Once you have the final value 5 at your pointer, it will be come out of the loop. And what is that? Sum is equal to sum plus j. Okay. Now sum is equal to 15. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. The sum is equal to what? 15. So what is the value of final sum? Is equal to 15. 1 5 plus j. Okay. But what is the value of j? You just observe the main branch of the program. Here I, N, T, K and Y is defined. Okay. Now here integer j goes through this program. That means k is equal to what? J. K value is equal to nothing but the value of j. Value of k is go through the j in this loop. So k is equal to 5. Okay. Now sum is equal to what? Sum plus j. What is the value of j? J means k, that is what? 5. So 15 plus 5 is equal to what? 20. Okay. And y is equal to addition k. So the addition means what? The addition itself is the 20, which will be print by using the printf statement. Okay. But what is my aim in this example? That aim is what? How does the function is defined? Okay. And what is the meaning of return sum? Means by using this function, the value of sum will be written here. So what is the advantage of this? That the sum value will be used in the main program also. It will not create any error if we use this again. Okay. So this is the example of how does user defined function can be used. Okay. See that the program output is given. That is what output of the program is y is equal to 20. Now let us move toward assessing a function. How does a function can be assessed? Okay. Function can be assessed are called by specifying its name followed by the list of argument in parentheses and separated by commas. Okay. Just we see in a syntax that in that manner function can be assessed. So depending on whether the function return a value or not, function can be called in two ways. Okay. If the return is used or not used in your program, in that In that manner, the function can be defined or called in two ways. Function return the value, and second one is what? Function not returning a value. Means user can be use a function with return or without return. So let us move towards a function returning the value. That means what? In your program, return statement is used, and that statement is used to return the value that is used in your program. So to understand this, I'm going to use a small program to explain. So see here, a program is used. What is our aim? How does the value is written? Why it is used? What happened it is after its use? So this is the example. This is the main branch of the program. Here a variable is what? Integer. A is equal to mul 10 20. This is a function multiplication. Printf. This is the main program. Okay. Now this is your function, user defined function. So see the syntax, recall the syntax: data type, function type, argument 1, argument 2. So here data type is integer, function name is multiplication, two integers values, variables are there x and y which are defined in a parenthesis. Now integer z, what is the statement here? Z is equal to x multiplied by y, because function is multiplication. So what is the variable? 10, and what is variable y? 20. Okay, so what is the result? Z is equal to what? 10 into 20. Okay, so 10 into 20 is equal to what? 200. So the result is 200. Now see, this z variable returns here, return z. Once you obtain the result, the value of z is written here. Why? If the value is written here, then you can use this in your program, in a remaining program, without any error. That is what? Function returning the value. You have to return the value, then it is possible to use this in remaining program. Next, move towards function not returning a value. So for this I am going to take once again a next program. I think you are familiar with these statements. Include stdoih, standard input output text file. This is void area, prototype declaration. Area is declared here, void main. Okay, this is what area. In the main program you have to write this. This is void area. Now this is what? Again all declaration. So here, see here, float area square. This is area square is a float, side is also floating value or data type. Printf. So on a new line, enter the length of the side. You have to, this line will be printed. You have to write a value of side for this. Scanf. This value, side value, can be taken in a program by using scanf argument. See, function, sorry, this is a function which is predefined, scanf. So hence it is not defined in a program. Okay, so area square, you know how the area will be calculated, side square. So what is the value taken by scanf, which is placed here, and you can calculate the value. Once you calculate area square, it is used to store the multiplication of this. Okay, so the area value is stored here, hence printf area of square, it is printed. What is the area? After entering the side, you will get the area on your monitor. See, what is the program output is given here, but what is my aim? Here return is not used. In previous program we use return z, but here return is not used. So what is contained in your function, this is called function, that cannot be used in remaining program. If you use this in your remaining program, it will create a error. So what is my aim? What I want to say, the return, if you use the return statement at the bottom of your function, then value will be written in your program, and that function can be used, or that values can be used in remaining program without an error. But if you not use return statement in this like this program, then the values or the what content in this function that cannot be used in the remaining program, if you use that in the remaining program, it will create an error. That is only the aim to take this example. So thank you very much. So what I teach you today, you just recall yourself. I am going to summarize within 5 minutes. We learn what is meant by function, function definition. Then we learn two types of function, predefined function, user defined function. Okay, then next we see the syntax of user defined function, data type, function name, argument 1, argument 2, up to argument n, type n. Okay, this is the syntax. Then next we see assessing of function, how the function can be assessed. Then we see the types, how the functions can be used. There are two types of functions, assessing or using methods. Function can be used with return value, or function with which not return value. If return is used, then you can use the content of function in anywhere in your program. If you not use return, then you cannot use the function content in your program. So this is all summarized information. You just recall, you just watch the video, and if you have any query, contact to me. Thank you very much. Let us stop now.